On this episode of Analogies, I will be summarizing the key points from an article called Integrating Climate Change in Ocean Planning by Santos et al., published in 2020. Today, this pot will be used as an analogy. We'll pretend that this pot is the marine space of some Arctic region. Before I get into more context, I want to discuss what is currently going on in this mini marine space of the pot. There is a big hunk of ice with a healthy seal living on the ice. The water is calm right now, and there are a couple fish and shells at the bottom. There's also a shipping vessel that uses this small shipping lane beside the ice quite frequently. So that's some of the marine space users in this pot. So as this video progresses, I want you to think about what might change in this mini marine space if we turn up the heat, simulating climate change. What is marine spatial planning, or MSP, you might ask? MSP is a management process that emerged in the 1990s and has become more popular over time. It can be defined as the analysis and allocation of the spatial and temporal distribution of human uses in the ocean, with the goal of minimizing conflicts and fostering compatibility among such uses, as well as between human users and the environment. Half of all coastal countries are in the works of developing marine spatial plans or have already done so. MSP includes steps such as organizing stakeholder participation, analyzing an area for current and future conditions, establishing authority, enforcing the spatial plan, and monitoring and adapting once an MSP is established. MSP is important for helping humans maximize their demands, helping to protect the marine environment, and working towards a more sustainable future. One of the major challenges for MSP is climate change, which is being highlighted in this video. Climate change is a major challenge for marine spatial planning. Some climate change effects that can affect marine spatial planning are ocean warming, deoxygenation, and sea level rise. These changes can cause the increased vulnerability of marine organisms and disrupt ecosystem functioning. Ecosystem services that we humans rely on, such as fisheries, aquaculture, and tourism, can be altered due to climate change. Increased extreme weather events resulting from anthropogenic climate change poses risks to the shipping and renewable energy industries. However, every region will experience ocean changes differently, and human uses will be spatially and temporally changed. Integrating climate change into MSP has not previously been a primary objective in MSP, but it very much should be. We can't be certain exactly how global climate change will modify the ocean in the future, but we do know that change will occur. Different regions of the world will need unique strategies to integrate climate change into MSP. Overall, MSP should focus on the following 3 guidelines to address climate change to support humankind and our planet. Number 1, identification of potential climate impacts on human activities and ocean planning. Number 2, implement the precautionary principle in MSP to adapt to climate changing conditions and better understand management approaches under climate uncertainty. And number 3, coordinate global sustainability goals and climate policies with MSP. Now that it's been a few minutes, we can look at this little marine area in this pot. We can see that most of the sea ice has melted, reducing habitat space for some marine users, but potentially increasing habitat space for new marine users that are more accustomed to warmer waters. There also is more space for shipping vessels to use in this area, and new space for users such as renewable energy such as offshore wind. Can humans really predict all of the changes that our changing climate will have in this region? I would argue no. We can try and probably get close. Marine spatial planners will need to try their best to predict climate change effects to lead to the best version of the future for humans and the environment. Thank you for watching this episode of Analogies.